welcome to Verdictum. I am Ananya Singh and you're watching today's legal news, where we update you with the recent important legal developments across the nation. Let's take a look at the headlines. Plea in Supreme Court seeks review on ban for screening of children for nursery admissions. Himachal Pradesh High Court orders transfer of DGP and Kangra SP after businessman alleges threats. Jammu and Kashmir Reorganisation Amendment Act of 2023 comes into force. Government issues advisory to social media intermediaries on deepfake misinformation. Now the headlines in detail. A plea has been filed before the Supreme Court of India, urging a review of its previous decision that declined to instruct the Delhi Lieutenant Governor to either approve or return a 2015 bill proposing a prohibition on the screening of children for admission in nursery. The NGO Social Juris filed the review petition, asserting the plea's significance in light of recent Supreme Court rulings, expressing dissatisfaction with Governor's delay in granting assent to bills from state legislatures. The Apex Court previously, on October 13th, had rejected the NGO's plea, stating that it cannot issue directions to enact a law. Before the Supreme Court, the plea was also rejected by the Delhi High Court, which questioned the feasibility of mandating the enactment of law, while asserting that the court cannot interfere with the legislative procedure and direct the LG to either grant assent or return the bill. The present petition emphasizes the Supreme Court's position regarding the obligation of state governors to adhere to the provisions outlined under Article 200 of the Constitution of India, which details the process for a bill passed by a state legislative assembly to be submitted for the approval of the governor. The governor, upon receiving the bill, can either grant consent, withhold consent, or reserve the bill for the consideration of the President, or send the bill back for reconsideration. The present appeal challenges the decision of the High Court, emphasizing that the primary objective of the 2015 bill is to protect children from exploitation and unjust discrimination in nursery admissions to private schools. The NGO contends that the objective of the bill is undermined by the prolonged delay. The Himachal Pradesh High Court, in a significant development, has directed the state government to transfer the Director General of Police and the Kangra Superintendent of Police. The directive comes in response to a complaint lodged by businessman Nishant Sharma, who alleged threats to his life, family and property of his business partners. Sharma also questioned the conduct of DGP Sanjay Kundu, claiming that the officer had compelled him to come to Shimla, where he faced further threats from his business partners, who previously, on August 25th, attacked him in Gurugram. The High Court's bench, presided over by the Chief Justice M.S. Ramachandra Rao and Justice Jyotsna Reval Dua, made the order, aiming to prevent any potential influence on the investigation. The court also emphasized on the existence of exceptional circumstances warranting the court's intervention. Further, the court criticized the Home Secretary for turning a blind eye to the material presented in the case. Notably, the legal saga took a turn when on November 4th, DGP Sanjay Kundu filed a defamation case against Sharma, accusing him of harming his reputation by his claims. Sections 211, 469, 499 and 500 of the Indian Penal Code were invoked against Sharma, dealing with false charge of offence made with intent to injure, forgery for the purpose of harming reputation, defamation and its punishment respectively. The court observed a delay in investigation by the Kangra Superintendent of Police, outlining that the FIR was filed on November 16th, despite receiving the complaint on October 28th. The court also observed that there has been a communication between the DGP and one of the business partners of Sharma, prompting concerns about potential influence on the case. In a recent development, two key legislative acts have come into force in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The Ministry of Home Affairs issued official notifications confirming the Jammu and Kashmir Amendment Act of 2023 and the Jammu and Kashmir Reservation Amendment Act of 2023 came into effect on December 26, 2023. Talking about the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganisation Amendment Act, it facilitates the nomination of 2 members, including at least 1 woman from the Kashmiri migrant community. Additionally, 1 member from the displaced persons originating from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir is now eligible for nomination to the Legislative Assembly of the Union Territory. The primary purpose for this amendment is to ensure adequate representation of Kashmiri migrants, displaced persons from POK, and the scheduled tribes in the Legislative Assembly. Now moving on to the Jammu and Kashmir Reservation Amendment Act. It signifies an expansion of the reservation scope to include a broader range of communities. The Act amends the term weak and underprivileged classes and replaces it with the other backward classes. The recommendation to change the term in the existing Reservation Act of 2004 was given by the Jammu and Kashmir Socially Educationally Backward Classes Commission. The Government of India has issued an advisory to all social media intermediaries, urging compliance with the existing information technology rules, particularly to deal with the misinformation being spread by the use of deepfakes. The advisory mandates that intermediaries precisely communicate prohibited content to users, with specific emphasis to content outlined under Rule 3(1)(b) of the IT rules, which mandates intermediaries to communicate their rules and regulations and privacy policy along with user agreement in the preferred language of the user. Digital intermediaries are also required to clearly mention in their terms of service and user agreements that they are obligated to report legal violations to law enforcement agencies under the relevant Indian law. Minister of State for Electronics and IT Rajiv Chandrasekhar highlighted the issuance of formal guidelines that incorporate agreed upon procedures to prevent users on these platforms from violating the prohibited content. The minister also warned of legal consequences if violations of the IT rules is noted or reported. Chandrasekhar stated that misinformation represents a deep threat to the safety and trust of the users of the internet. Deepfake, which is misinformation powered by AI, further amplifies the threat to safety and trust of digital Nagriks. That was all on today's legal news. Thank you and keep watching Verdictum and subscribe to our channel and download the Verdictum app on iOS and Android to keep yourself updated with authentic legal news.